Okay, I'm live. I'm still alive. Very, very live. Very, very still alive. You're watching No Pictures of the Murder podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. So I just had to restart the stream because I played that Colbert clip. It got blocked. It's just a copyright thing, so not a big deal. Yeah. So basically, all of those big media companies in America, all of the big stations, all the big networks. Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, so all of these big networks, ABC, part of Disney, yeah, CBS, NBC, and to a lesser extent Fox, and to a lesser extent PBS, were all frontages for dog shit, skull and bones Nazis. Yeah, not to be confused with the Silicon Valley Nazis, because they're a different faction of Nazi. There was a lot of crossover there. But basically what would have happened, with the Joe Biden, so the way it would have played out, had we not intervened, Joe Biden would have nuked China and nuked Indonesia, started a war, and then once all the cool people are out of the way, they're all in the gas chambers, and it was just those two factions of Nazis remaining. It would have been Silicon Valley would have gone to war. It would have been East Coast versus West Coast. There would have been a civil war between them, and it would have been like Koch brothers, the old school, the old billionaires, all those old waspy, like fucking the Hearst dynasty, like those cunts, the Rockefeller dynasty. They would have gone to war with the Silicon Valley Nazis. That's how it would have played out. Yeah, they're all Nazis, but it would have been like it would have been like brown shirts versus SS. Yeah. And then in there, presumably the Gambinos, the five families in New York, they were kind of like, they weren't as powerful, but they were coming up. And so that's why Bill Burr was that's why he was telling heaps of jokes about Michelle Obama, because he was sort of like, he was setting up that opposition. So they were kind of like aligned. Martin Scorsese through the five families in New York was aligned with that old school. And so that's why Donald Trump would go head to head. Donald Trump's team would go head to head with the Obamas. But all they are, they're just different factions. They're all fucked, but they're just different factions. It's just like the Gambino crime family going to war with the Lucchese crime family. They're both crime families. Or like triads versus Yakuza or whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's it. It just would have been a mob war. That's why they're always at odds. Yeah. But there's heaps of crossover. It was really messy, but that's what would have happened. So all of those big television networks, they're all frontages for those old school Nazis. And that's why all of them are gone. Yeah, they are all gone. Yeah, and that's kind of like where the mafia came into it. Because they all would use the mafia to do their dirty work. And that's why, yeah, I was going to talk about this yesterday, but we'll talk about it today. So that's where Seinfeld came into it. So Seinfeld, effectively, they said he was in the comedy circuit. He got approached by Gambino. He got approached by the Gambinos, specifically Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese talent scouted Jerry Seinfeld, because Jerry Seinfeld was from the Upper West Side of New York. Martin Scorsese was from originally Brooklyn, and then he moved to the Upper East Side once he was like a famous filmmaker. And then that's where, because that's all around Central Park, New York City, right? Yeah. Did Gambinos know? Oh, Kitty Callahan. When I was in America, did Gambinos know I was there? Did they fuck around or they just watch me? They didn't fuck around. They just watched me. Yeah, they had spies following me around and stuff. Yeah. Any that I saw? Yeah, that cop. That was a Gambino. Yeah, that was a Gambino spy. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so very briefly, on my last day, my last night in New York, I had that was the night I nearly I had the belt buckle, I nearly smashed someone, and he effectively had me held hostage in my little Airbnb suite with a syringe, and we had the standoff, and it's like I had the belt buckle, and he had the syringe, and he's like, yeah, it's like, oh, and my thinking was, all right, if he was gonna rob me, like if he just and he would like implication, like I'll sit there and become really threatening. Implication, you have to pay me to get out. You have to give me all your stuff to get me to leave. That's what he was sort of angling at. But he didn't want to cop a robbery charge, so yeah, he was like he wanted me to sort of like initiate it. It was like, what do I have to give you to get you to leave? And then he'd say, well, give me all your stuff, and then I have to give you to leave, or give him cash. It was a standover attempt. But my thinking was like, well, if he was going to rob me, he would have done it. He would have just said, give me your fucking stuff. But he hasn't done it. So I'm going to call his bluff. And I found a belt buckle on the floor which fit perfectly across my knuckles. I'm like, you're leaving, all right? He's like, oh, yeah. And it was sort of like, yeah. And so it was kind of like, well, you might jab me with that needle, and I might get sick 6 months from now. I might get 6 months from now, I might get Hep C. But you immediately get your face completely pulverized. And he had a record, like he was a crim. So if I did that, if he stabbed me with a needle and I fucking smashed his face in, called the cops, they would have turned up and I just would have said, he robbed me and stabbed me with a needle. And they'd look at me, I'm like a clean skin. I had no criminal record, and he was a professional criminal with a record as long as your arm, who is in and out of Rikers Island constantly. Yeah, basically. He was like prototype fucking pictures of a bird. Submarine militia. That was him. Nazi militia. Yeah. And then the day after that, because yeah, I just packed up all my shit. And it's like how I live now, actually. Yeah. I packed up all my shit, put it in my backpack. I was walking around New York City with the backpack on. And a lot of people were out there going like I was getting like, yeah, I was getting weird looks because I was walking around with a backpack, and it's New York City. It's like people are, oh, is he a bomber? Is he about to fucking explode something? Like, yeah, on the subway with a huge backpack, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, is he a terrorist? Yeah, because I look like I might be Middle Eastern or whatever. Yeah. Anyway, and then yeah, I went and sat. It was like I've got some time to kill before the flight, so I went and sat in a park, and I just had my backpack there, and then a cop came up and like maybe like 100 meters away and just sort of stood there, and he wasn't trying to hide, but he was like, yeah, he's like, I want you to know that we're watching. Yeah. And I was kind of like, I was like, all right, yeah, I'm being scoped out by a cop. Don't know what this is, but anyway. And I kind of thought like, well, maybe it's like, maybe there's been a report, maybe they were like following the guy, like they had the guy who was like trying to stab me under surveillance or something. And so they like scoped me out to see if I was all right. Maybe they got a report, oh, there's a suspicious guy with a backpack in Manhattan. Come and check him out. Could have been anything. It's like, oh, look, New York City cops, who knows? And because I knew that like Manhattan's a fucking surveillance state. There's cameras fucking everywhere. And they monitor it actively. I know that the FBI, because of terror, they're so terrified about terror. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, I got on the flight and got the fuck out. So it didn't matter. Yeah. But then it turns out, yeah, now Kitty Callahan's like, yeah, no, that was Gambino's. Like, there's that guy. Go let him know that he's being watched. Yeah, basically. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. But yeah, so Martin Scorsese, using that same surveillance network, spotted Jerry Seinfeld on the comedy circuit, approached him and said, because you're fairly mild-mannered, and he's a clean comedian. Like, Jerry Seinfeld doesn't tell dirty jokes. He doesn't talk about drugs. He doesn't talk about booze. Like, he's not like a Sam Kinison or even a Bill Burr, you know? He doesn't talk about nailing whores or anything like that. He talks about dating. But mostly he's pretty PG-13. And Scorsese saw that and went, you would be the perfect, and he's Jewish, Yeah, he's not Italian, and he's in that Upper West Side. So he's an Upper West Side Jew, which is the perfect camouflage. Because like he's not like a Brooklyn. He's not like a black guy from Brooklyn who would just get arrested just for crossing the street. Yeah. And he's not like a mob guy. Hey, yo, whoa, forget about it. Like he's not a mob guy either. So that's a perfect camoufage for Gambino, a Gambino enforcer. Yeah. Yeah. So Martin Scorsese spots him, approaches him, and says, "Look, if you want to play ball with us." When did he do his first hit? Can you go on? 1988. Jerry Seinfeld committed his first murder. When he was on the comedy circuit. Was it in New York? No. It was somewhere else. Like, yeah, it was like Portland or something like that. Yeah. So Jerry Seinfeld using poison? Yeah. Yeah. And that's why there's that plot line. It's like, oh, George does it. Oh, I'm going to slip him a Mickey. Yeah. It's like, yeah, exactly. They're trying to like, not trying to normalize it, but it's like, yeah, we're familiar with this, basically. Yeah. This isn't like, out, like, because now, like, if you said that in real life, it's like, I'm going to spike my boss. Like, I just got fired from a job and I'm going to spike my boss's drink with drugs. Like, if you did that now, like if you said that out in public, you'd get arrested for conspiracy to murder, basically. Yeah. Even if you weren't intending to kill them. It's like, nah, you can't drink spike. You fucking spastic. Yeah, but George is just like, oh, I'm going to spike his drink. Like, what? Yeah, unbelievable. Anyway. Fucking. So Jerry Seinfeld, yeah, gets approached by Martin Scorsese while he's just on the comedy circuit. He's a comedian in New York and he's on the comedy circuit. Scorsese starts propping him up. He's like, well, I'll get you booked on, I'll give you these bookings. You take care of a thing for me. You know, maybe, you're playing a bigger house. Maybe you'll be the undercard on this big comedian. Like, I'll put you on tour with fucking, who's that guy? Gene Wilder and Gene Wilder was murdered by Gambinos also. There it is. Richard Pryor. Yeah, so Jerry, you've done a few hits for us. You've done like 4 or 5 hits for us now, using poison, and it's like a set and forget thing. So it's easy for Jerry because it's not like a visceral thing. It's not like you have to look them in the eye and shoot them in the head or anything like that. It's just like, look, all you have to do is slip into their hotel room, and yeah, hotel assassinations with them. Yeah, so the fucking. And this is why I spent so much time in hotels, to trick the Gambinos into thinking I was going to be Hitman for them, basically. Yeah. Becoming familiar behind the scenes and stuff like that. Yeah. Walking around in the inside of hotels and stuff. Yeah. Getting used to it. The fire escapes, all that shit. Yeah. So the hotel manager would like slip him the key. He'd slip into someone's hotel room when they weren't there. Put contact poison in their underwear. Like, open their luggage, put contact poison in their underwear. And it's just liquid. It's just a few drops. You just need 3 or 4 drops. Next time they put their undies on, seeps into their skin, and then maybe like 48 hours later, they're dead. And it looks exactly like pneumonia. Yeah. By the way, what does that look like? If you're watching it, yeah, it's pretty squinty. If you're watching it on a mobile screen, look, that image there looks exactly like COVID deaths, right?
Today, we're covering a critical toxicologic emergency, cyanide poisoning.
Yeah, look at that.
Joining us is Dr.
Looks
Sarah
exactly like a
Lynn.
guy in
Dr. Lynn,
COVID.
thank you for being here.
That looks exactly like someone in hospital suffering from COVID. Identical. It looks exactly the same. Yeah. Yeah. So this is a technique perfected by what's it like? Yeah. Fucking hell. Yeah. So South Africa's secret police during apartheid and leading up to apartheid. South Africa's apartheid era security police special branch. Oh, by the way, we'll talk more about AFP as well, because that's what that would be. That was basically what they were. Security police special branch. They were setting themselves up to be the secret police who would kill you. The armed secret police who were empowered to murder you. Yeah. Operating as a primary state security apparatus alongside other agencies like the Bureau for State Security, aka BOSS, to suppress opposition. They use brutal tactics, including death squads like those of Black Blacks, extrajudicial killings to maintain white minority rule, becoming symbols of state repression. Yeah. Anyway. While cyanide poisoning and severe pneumonia both involve difficulty breathing and potential loss of consciousness, they are distinct conditions with different underlying causes and clinical signs. Cyanide poisoning disrupts the body's ability to use oxygen at the cellular level, leading to tissue asphyxiation and severe lactic acidosis. Pneumonia, on the other hand, is an infection or inflammation that primarily causes fluid to fill in the air sacs of the lungs, physically impeding oxygen transfer into the bloodstream. Symptoms of pneumonia: cough, often producing frothy or bloody spit, chest pain, fever, chills, and shortness of breath that develop over a longer period. Both conditions can result in difficulty breathing, respiratory failure, and in severe cases, loss of consciousness and cardiac arrest. Yeah. Okay. So basically, contact poison. You can if you put cyanide on someone's skin, they'll absorb it through their skin, especially if you put it like in a sensitive area. So if it goes up their nose or if it goes in their mouth, like where the tissue is a bit more sensitive. So if you so that's why, like, if you put it like the sensitive skin around like your genitals. Same thing, says Charbonnet. This is an adults only video. You can use the real language. Around your PP or your front bottom or your chocolate starfish. Yeah, anywhere around you gooch, your dick and balls, anywhere around there. Yeah, you vag, you pussy, your butthole. It's a bit of a ring stinger, let's put it that way. Yeah. See, we love it. How do you make cyanide poisoning funny? Oh, I love you, Mr. Tapscott. Anything's a joke if you put the word dick and ball. Like, you just add dick to anything. The Holocaust was a tragedy. It was a real punch in the dick. I love him, but I feel guilty for loving him. Anyway, so you put cyanide on someone's underwear. They put it on. seeps into their skin. It buys you time, right? So all Jerry has to do, effectively, and it's easy for him, because it's a set and forget. He doesn't have to look someone in the eye to stab somebody. He doesn't have to stab anyone to death. That's very personal. That's very visceral. He doesn't have to fight anyone, you know. That's a real gangster thing. He doesn't have to put one behind their ear, you know. He doesn't see them. He never even sees the target. Yeah. Doesn't even know who they are, really. They don't do the thing where it's like, here's your target. It's not like in Munich. Yeah, they hit in Munich where they go, and like pop her in the chest and she's all naked. Yeah. Doesn't have to do anything like that. It's just like, look, here's the room. All you got to do is go in there, get this cyanide, put it in their underwear, get out. That's it. And then if anyone sees him walking around the hotel, he's harmless Jerry Seinfeld, the least threatening person in the world. Yeah. Yeah, and all the hotels are mobbed up. They're all mob family. They're all and that's why they're all skull and bone / mob family. Yeah. They're all Koch brothers, like all those CBS, like Waspy, all those cunts. Yeah. Gambino. They're all in bed with the five families are in bed with them. Yeah, it's one faction. Again, versus the Silicon Valley Nazis. That's their own faction. Yeah. So Jerry does like 5 or 6 assassinations between 1988 and 1994. And and every time he kills someone, they're like, okay, cool. We'll put you on this tour. And then his career goes a bit better, a bit better, a bit better, a bit better. And then he's so good at it that he gets Seinfeld. They give him Seinfeld. That's how he got that show, for being a murderer for the five families / old school Nazis. New York Rockefeller Nazis, yeah, those kinds. Yeah. He literally murdered his way up the ladder. Yeah. And then the casting comes down to, well, who else do we know? Like, if you want this job, if you want to roll on Seinfeld, which is gonna, like, in the end, because they know, because they'll push it. They'll just say, like, they'll push you right to the front, and they'll pump it up. They'll promo it. And you'll end up getting paid like fucking, like, what was it in the end, like $20 million an episode or something like that. Yeah. And Larry David as well. He's the same. He's ruthless. He's actually more ruthless. He would murder with knives. He'd stab people to death. And he was the same. And that's why he didn't want to be on screen, because he was like, he was too ruthless. He's like, I don't want my face out there. So, like, yeah. So if I caught a camera like stabbing someone or whatever. I think he shot a couple of people as well. Yeah. Yeah, Larry David murdered like 85 people or something. Jerry Seinfeld murdered 38. Jason Alexander murdered 94. Julia Louis Dreyfus murdered 39. And Michael Richards murdered, 123. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's what they were. They were a little, and that's the thing, wherever they went, they were treated like royalty. And it's the same. It's like the police force is like, oh, should we investigate? Like, this guy died. Like, that's suspicious. He got stabbed to death. Should we investigate? Like, Michael Richards was at that gig. He was at a Michael Richards gig, and then they found him stabbed to death in a back alley. That's like the fourth. That's the fourth murder at a Michael Richards show. Should we investigate Michael Richards? Like, Kramer. No. It's Kramer. You can't investigate. He's a national treasure. Buddy, you're crazy. You're crazy. Yeah. And every level of law enforcement is corrupt. Cincinnati, yeah, he whacked heaps of people in Cincinnati. Local sheriff, like, can you investigate Michael Richards? No, I can't investigate Michael Richards. Chief of police, can you investigate Michael Richards? No, I can't investigate Michael Richards. Local FBI office, yeah. Can you investigate Michael Richards? Hey, you can't. It's Michael Kramer. Can't investigate Kramer. That's treason. That's treasonous. That's un-American. I should report you. I should report you to the CIA. And they do that too, yeah, if people are asking too many questions. The CIA would get involved. And they'd just say, oh, it's a matter of national security. You don't have the security. I can't tell you why. You don't have the clearance. You don't have the security clearance. But just so it was a matter of national security. That's what they say. And then that's it. That's the end of the investigation. Yeah. Stop asking questions. It's a matter of national security. The CIA will intervene if we have to. And then, like, if you're a law enforcement, if you're someone in law enforcement and you hear, oh, it's a matter of national security, then you just assume that the guy that got stabbed is like, oh, well, he must have been spying. He must have been a spy for the Chinese. He must have been a Russian spy. He must have been a North Korean spy. And that's why the CIA took him out. But really, he's just a mafia target. He's just a Five Families victim. Yeah. Dog shit. Fuck you, Jerry Seinfeld. They're all in hell, by the way. How you doing out there, fellas? How you doing out there, George? Not too good. If you haven't figured it out, yeah, I'm the bubble boy. Yeah. Guess who Susan was? That's Tara Bennett. In real life, that was Tara Bennett. They had to investigate you fucking spastics. And that's why you murdered. Yeah, you killed her in the show. That was Tara Bennett secretly using. You should write that Susan dies because George Costanza is an asshole. And it kills Tara Bennett. You killed. Yeah, that's what she's saying. If there's ever a plot line or anything like that, where it's like a representation of Tara Bennett, like mother, gets murdered, that means it's like, yeah, like Hitler murdered Tara Bennett, basically. It's like you committed so many horrible crimes that the Tara Bennett left. The Tara Bennett is like, I can't. This is too fucked. There's too much pedo shit going on. There's too many murders. There's too much slavery. You've murdered Tara Bennett. Yeah, you've murdered mother. You've murdered the light side. Yeah. And then to fill that void, usually comes Mr. Tapscott. Mr. Tapscott comes in. Yeah. Or Kitty Callahan. Dirty Harry. Dirty Harold will swoop in. If Tara Bennett gets murdered. If the idea of mother is like if the home is destroyed. Yeah. If the home is destroyed, you've murdered Tara Bennett. If the family unit is destroyed. Yeah. If you're out there like murdering, like if you murder the dad and then as a result the kid gets like sold into sex slavery, you've murdered Tara Bennett. That's what that means. So that's why, like, yeah, Jerry Seinfeld, that little nest connected to, yeah, the Seinfeld and the cast of Seinfeld are connected to maybe like that they've committed. They're connected to hundreds of thousands of murders because they're connected to Martin Scorsese. But between them, their little show and their production, and same, like if you want to be a producer, you want to work as a producer on Seinfeld, you gotta, they won't let you on the set if you're not mobbed up. And the only way to be mobbed up is to kill. Yeah. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus is also
falling fast. I keep stressing, pressing on. We deep down, some stratum. Feels like something really wrong has happened.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, Richard Dreyfus is Nazi as fuck, the actor, but he has no relation to Julia Louis-Dreyfus. But that double-barrel name, because her dad was a businessman. He was a rich New York businessman. Yeah. So in the same way, if your name's Steinbaum and you're from Israel, like, yeah, okay, you're a Jew. Yeah, you're a Jew. That's Jewish. You're an Israeli Jew. Yeah. So if you're from New York and your name's Louis Dreyfus, you're a wasp. Richard Dreyfus is fucking. He was like card carrying SS. That motherfucker. He was a fucking spastic dog. Yeah. The reason he made movies with Steven Spielberg is he was there to size him up to kill him. And then Mossad sort of protected Spielberg. Yeah. But that's why Richard Dreyfus. He was like behind the scenes. They were putting pressure on casting agents. Like we'll kill you if you don't cast Richard Dreyfus. We'll kill you. Like that type of thing. The horse head in the bed. Yeah. It's straight out of Godfather. Godfather effectively is a true story. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't cast Richard Dreyfus, we'll kill you. But that was Nazis. Yeah. That was like, the upper crust, Skull and Bones Nazis, basically. The Joe Biden faction, Skull and Bones Nazis, yeah. Putting pressure on casting agents. And that's why Richard Dreyfus was in there to keep an eye on Spielberg, because he was a successful Jew. It was like, well, I'll start circling then. We'll start circling. Steve Barton as well had the brief. It's like, take out, if you get the opportunity, take out Spielberg. Yeah. Big time. Yeah. Anyway, so that little murder nest. Cast and crew of Seinfeld. 1,295, according to kindergarten. Yeah. 1,295 murders. And that's why we're about to play Google Maps. It's you, so. And you, I was funny. I feel good. Across the pond, as Bill Burr said. Here we go. Oh, the Catskills. All right, so who's hiding out there? Oh, Richard, you're watching. Oh, look, I mean, I'm deep fake AI, so don't worry about it, mate. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm just deep fake AI. Don't worry about it, pal. Suck shit, Richard Dreyfus. Snap live judgment, Richard Dreyfus. Bang! He's already dead, but he's in hell. He's talking to Woodley right now. And Woodley's going, you are going to a very dark hole. Okay, Richard Dreyfus. Let's go to the scoreboard. We haven't done this in ages. We haven't done this one in ages. This is it, yeah. But yeah, okay, live judgment, Richard Dreyfus. Who's dead. Post-match analysis. Do you meet the Mr. Tapscott minimum? Obviously not, because you have 39 murders, 78 slaves. So basically, you were getting kids to run your production company for you for free, interns. Yeah, so you can just like sit there and make all the money and not pay them. Yeah, they're all interns, and then you'd pocket like multi-million-dollar checks for putting your name on productions and then getting interns to do all the work. Yeah, and you just sit there. You dog. You spastic dog. Anyway. What else have you done? Yeah, you're effectively like a East German propaganda unit in your own right. Yeah. Yeah, you spread extremely dangerous Nazi ideology. And you were also like effectively like an intelligence unit. You're a Gestapo. You're a Stasi spy, effectively, in the operational in the United States of America. The information that you've provided to assassination teams has resulted in tens of thousands of murders. Yeah, so fuck you. Yeah, that's good.
Words mean more than they did before.
Yeah. That guy there is a Nazi killer. He's a Nazi murderer. Yeah. Yeah, Fox 32 Chicago. Yeah, so basically, the reason I played that video before with Colbert is to sort of say that, like, Fox News, effectively, so that because Pete Hegseth tells a story about HR. So there was a battle in inside Fox with, because Rupert Murdoch busted onto the scene. He's an Australian. And so immediately all those other WASPy networks fucking hated him. And that's why there was always that conflict. There was always that binary. Oh, I'll keep a single one. There was always that binary between. There was always that opposition between Fox and CNN, because that's what it was. It was a battle between five families. So Donald Trump, the Donald Trump faction, and Skull and Bones WASPs. That's what it was. They had this rivalry. Yeah. That is Nazi propaganda. The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. Canadian comedy drama. Directed by Ted Kotcheff. Yeah. Adapted by Mordecai Rickler. Can you get more Nazi? Fucking hell. Mordecai Rickler. Yeah, so he's a silver dude serving up a meal. Yeah, that's on the poster. This is like Nazi propaganda instructing people how to assassinate for East Germans. Assassinate for the fucking, the SS operational in the United States of America. That's what it is. Yeah. Stand By Me effectively was as well. Richard Dreyfus murdered River Phoenix. That's who killed River Phoenix. Richard Dreyfus. Yeah. Like doing drugs together. River. Kind of sounds like you've got an ethnic name. You're handsome and very famous. Very popular. I've got a cocktail for you, sonny. It's easy. If a celebrity does heaps of drugs, if they're a notorious party person, it's easy. They're doing coke, they're drinking, smoking weed. They're on fucking pharmaceuticals. They're on uppers, they're on downers. They're popping pills left, right, and center. Easy. Just slip a little cyanide. You can lace any of it. You can lace any of it. And that's what he did, apparently. He laced MDMA with cyanide. And if they'd be like, oh, well, he's been partying heaps. He'd been out and about, 4 nights a week, 5 nights a week. He's out. We've seen him at Viper Room. He's at the club. He's getting high. He's drinking. And then, easy. Yeah. Oh, it's an overdose. Yeah. And you can easily bake in the moral panic. Yeah. Because MDMA at that stage, there was all this moral panic around it. Oh, it leads to overdose. You die. Yeah. Easy. This one was fucked. Mr. Holland's Opus. I watched it when I was in jail. I watched it when I was in jail, and it basically just says, because it's about a high school music teacher. It's about a high school music teacher, and basically he's dreaming of being like a famous musician, but instead he has a kid, and he helps his kid, and he like just stays as a high school music teacher, and because instead of focusing on his dream, he focuses on just being a teacher and looking after his kid, and that's it. And then at the end, it's like, oh yay, see, the real art is staying in your place. You touch so many lives as a teacher, though, Mr. Holland. Not achieving your dreams is really quite admirable. Don't strive. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Like, stay in your place. Stay in your place. Yeah, fuck you. You Prussian Nazi dog shit, piece of shit. Fuck you. Yeah. He bought that. He bought that nomination. Yeah. He and his son were not on speaking terms at the time of his death. Yeah, he killed his own son. Dreyfus was born in October 29, 1947 in Brooklyn, New York City, the second and youngest son of Norman Dreyfus, an attorney, restaurateur, and plastics company owner. So basically, originally from a violent gang culture in Brooklyn. Yeah, so that's the start. So Geraldine, a peace activist. Yeah, anti-war. So anti-World War II activist. Like, don't fight Germany. Don't fight the Nazis. Yeah, yeah. That is the start, by the way, of the hippie movement. Which effectively, that's it. That's what the hippie movement was. That's how it got hijacked. That was the start of Silicon Valley Nazism. That's where it started. And they all moved to fucking San Francisco. All the hippies went there. And that was the start of it. That's the start of the Silicon Valley hippie Nazism. Yeah. Fucking San Francisco Nazis. Yeah. He's the second of three children. He had an older brother, Lauren, who was an actor, film producer, and screenwriter, and a younger sister, Kathy. His father, Norman, suffered from debilitating physical effects of a mortar explosion at the Battle of the Bulge in World War II, requiring the use of crutches, canes, and special footwear provided by the army for the rest of his life. He left the family when his son was 21 years old and remarried more than once. He and his son were not on speaking terms at the time of his death. Yeah. Dreyfus was raised in the Bayside area of Queens. His family is Jewish, descended from immigrants from Russia and Poland. The Dreyfus family was from Rizal. He has commented that he grew up thinking that Alfred Dreyfus and he are from the same family, and that his great-grand aunt, Hesna Helfman, yeah, Nazi, one of the assassins of Tsar Alexander the Russian. Yeah. So he loves assassins. His great-grand aunt was Hesna, one of the assassins of Tsar Alexander II of Russia, and the only one to escape the execution for the deed. His father disliked New York and moved the family first to Europe and later to Los Angeles when Dreyfus was 9. Dreyfus attended Beverly Hills High School. Yeah. Alan Carr again. Yeah, look at him. He's got the round glasses. Yeah. Card carrying secret police. Card carrying fucking Gestapo. Fucking hell. So, fuck you, Richard Dreyfus. Kitty Callahan, do you have anything to add? No, Mr. Tapscott, that pretty much sums it up. Richard Dreyfus was basically on the lookout, though, constantly, for anyone he could tear down and murder, just like River Phoenix. Like, he's a handsome young actor. His style's on the rise. That's reason enough for me to kill him. Yeah, that's it. The fuck is that? Bit of discoloration there. Yeah, he's a handsome young actor. His style's on the rise. That's reason enough for me to kill him. Yeah. Yeah, he murdered purely. Some people are motivated by politics. Some people are motivated by money. They're gangsters. They want the cash. Some people are motivated by power. Richard Dreyfus was motivated by nothing more than an emptiness, a desire to tear people down, to tear everything down around him. Yeah. It might have something to do with his stature. Kitty Callahan is now theorizing. Yeah, because he was a short guy. So it's like, no one can be, anyone who's taller than me, I'm entitled to murder. Yeah, which is the Nazi thing. It's a ladder. It's just a very straight line. Anyone who is above me, I'm entitled to murder to move my way up. Anyone who's below me is my slave. And I'm also entitled to murder if they don't do what they're fucking told. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Nailed it. Thanks, Kitty. At least he wasn't a pedo, she says. Definitely not a pedo. Okay. Sorry about it. Yeah, he was just, yeah. He was a prick. Like he met the in terms of relationships, he met the Tara Bennett minimum, which is don't be a fucking asshole. Don't beat your wife or don't cheat on her or yeah, shit. But who cares? If he fails the Mr. Tapscott minimum, who cares? Yeah, which is 0 murder, 0 slaves, because he murdered heaps of people. And it's also the Tara Bennett minimum, you know. No murder, no slavery. Don't enslave the Jews or anyone. No murder. No pictures of a bird. And he was pictures of a bird as well. One of the forefathers of pictures of a bird. Waffen SS/Stasi secret police operational in the United States of America. Fuck you, Richard Dreyfus. Fuck you, the cast of Seinfeld. Fuck you, Skull and Bones. And that's why they're gone. All of them. They're all gone. All of those big networks are gone. PBS was infected by all of them. All of them. Yeah. PBS in the end was the worst out of any of them because it was like everyone piled in there. Everyone was in there. The Silicon Valley Nazis were in there. The Five Families were in there because it's on broadcast. The Skull and Bones Nazis are in there. The pedos are in there. The corrupt government. The Obama goons are in there. Attracted by the fucking the public money. Like, yeah, here you go, free cash. Yeah. The free funding coming from the Obama administration. It's like, yeah, how much money do you need? To produce this show that employs, like, it takes 5 people. It takes 5 people about 3 hours a day to produce this show. And so that's why we need $50 million a year. Okay. Cool. Your PBS, right? It's charity. Yeah. All of them. So they have it all gone. All of them. New York Times is gone. Wall Street Journal is gone. Yeah, the reason I played that video about Stephen Colbert before, because it talks about Hegseth and how he got pulled up by HR. And that was the internal conflict. That's how HR is always like Nazis. HR is Nazis. HR, everything, all of human resources, all of it is a front for Stasi, Gestapo, secret police, East German Nazism, secret police. That's what it is. Inform on your co-worker. That's what it is. Say the wrong thing, you're out. Yeah. You say anything that diverges from the party line, HR just says like, no, sexism is bad. Diversity, that's it. If you diverge from that, bang, nah, you're out. No. Why are we hiring her? Because she's black. She's not qualified. She can't do the fucking job. Oh, you're fired immediately. Get out. Yeah, we don't like questions like that. In fact, someone actually said that. Yeah, when I got fired from by Jasmine Badir, obviously a Nazi. Yeah, HR Nazi. When I got fired by her from Spark 44. Yeah, she said, they obviously colluded, the fat chick and the other mousy cunt, who both got strung up. Yeah, and they're both in hell, so fuck you. I'm better than you were writing. Yeah. Aldous is taking your time with you, cunt. Yeah, you're a stupid bitch. 19 murders. Talentless war. Yeah. Fucking cunt. Yeah, Jasmine Badir said to me, Emma's complained about you, and Laura's complained about you. It's like, well, there's no chance they've colluded. They sit next to each other. They gossip constantly. What? And then I said, like, well, what would you have done if I'd complained? If I'd come to you and said Emma's being a fucking bitch, which she was constantly. And so, like, what would you have done then? She's like, oh. It's questions like that let me know I've made the right decision. Yeah, you're diverting. You're diverting from the party line. Yeah, that's it. No diversity of thought allowed here. Yeah, thought police, big time. HR, that's HR, worldwide. Anyone who works in human resources, effectively, except like there were some people in HR who didn't realize it. They just like, well, I'm just like a counselor. That's cool. I'm empathetic. I'm good at listening. That would qualify me for HR. Cool. But behind the scenes, that program, that was Nazi. Because the corporations, the corporate secret police, that's what they are. It's the internal secret police force for your corporation. That's it. They're entitled to, like, if you check your contract, if you worked at any of the big corporations, there'll be shit in there in your contract that says we're entitled to install listening devices in your workplace. We're entitled to eavesdrop on conversations. We're entitled to go through any electronic communication. Some of the contracts even said we're entitled to go through your personal electronic communications. Yeah. There's all these like sneaky little loopholes in there. It's like the Apple T's and C's. That was the big corporations. Yeah. Right, now. You're watching No Pictures of the Bird podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott. Kitty Callahan would like me to run everyone. This is Kitty Callahan talking. Mr. Tapscott is God the Father. I work for Mr. Tapscott. And I love him. I love working for Mr. Tapscott. Best job I ever had. Whatever he says goes. Every decision he makes is one that we make together. We always talk about everything. You can assume that what Mr. Tapscott says is what I want to. We're a unit. It's always us three. The Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. We're one. We're a unit. So, we've been talking it over, and we have decided that the Catholic Church, the Anglican Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, the Tibetan monks, and what else? There's a couple more. Lutheran Church. So that's the Mormons, by the way. The Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints, that's Mormons. Are to be immediately disbanded. They are gone. Worldwide. Shut them down. They're gone. Now, I want to make it very clear. We're not outlawing Christians. We're not. What we're dismantling is the executive leadership of those churches. Because what they effectively are drug cartels. All of them. They all are. They're all financed. They're all money laundering organizations for fucking drug cartels. The Catholic Church is effectively a money laundering scheme for the cartel. So the cartel donates to the church. The church invests in property and land. The cartel buys the land back for cheap, and that's how they launder the money. Yeah. Same with all the churches, all of them. The Anglican Church in Australia does the same thing. All the churches do it. So, immediately, with immediate effect, please, we're asking you nicely, stop giving money to any church. Don't give money to churches. Just don't do it. The Pope is on board with this plan, by the way, Pope Leo. The world's largest Christian denomination. But the first Pope was effectively the first Nazi. It believes it was founded by Jesus Christ and given to the apostles, with the Pope as the successor to St. Peter, the first Pope. Incorrect. Incorrect. Vatican City, yeah, okay. The Italian military has seized control of Vatican City. So what we're doing now, yeah, we're not doing a thing where we're not banning Bibles. We're not doing that thing in silence where like all Christian symbolism is banned. We're not doing any of that. We're not going to arrest people for saying prayers. This isn't like a religious persecution. It's not. You can still be Christian. If you want to meet up on Sunday and read the Bible together, fine. If you want to hold hands and sing songs together, fine, do it. But we're dismantling these organizations. All the management, all the executive, all the executives, all the bishops, they're all going to get fired. Yeah, we're just dismantling the organization. All the land that they own is going to be seized. This is all churches. The land that they own will be seized and given back to the public. Effectively, though, it'll be reclaimed by the government. So all the land that the dogshit Westboro Baptist Church own in the United States will be seized by the US government. The federal marshals are doing it. Do the marshals still exist? Yeah, they do. The federal marshals are doing it, kicking indoors right now. They're going to reclaim all the deeds to all the land owned by all the churches. And yes, this includes the Dalai Lama is on board for this, by the way. And same with all the Buddhist temples. It's the same because the entire system is corrupt. The Buddhist temples, all Buddhist temples are effectively a child sex trafficking ring. That's what they are. Money laundering for child sex trafficking in Southeast Asia. We're shutting the entire thing down. In essence, the Catholic Church sees itself as the visible community of Jesus' followers, holding the fullness of Christ's gifts, united under the Pope, and striving to live out his teachings around the world. Yeah. 1.27 to 1.41 billion Catholics around the world. You're free. You're free. You're free. They've enslaved you. They make you, they lean on you. It's like, if you don't give us $50 a week. Yeah. 1.41 billion people giving $50 a week each. $50 billion a week. Yeah. So they're just, and that's just that. Yeah. All the land that they own is ridiculous. They're the biggest landowner in the world. It's all going back to the public. It's all going back to the governments. All the deeds to all the land that they own is going back into the governments of the nation where the land is owned. Yeah, Eastern Catholic churches are effectively a front for Nazis. It's basically Gestapo police stations, Stasi secret police stations where they eavesdrop. Like all the confessions, they're mic'd up. They record what you say in confessions and then use it against you. They'll target you. So we're shutting that shit down. Yeah. Yeah, okay, the clergy, bishops, priests, deacons, yeah, so all of these, hospitals, yeah, 55, yeah, that photo there, all of those kids there got raped. 16,000 nursing homes, 95,200 primary schools, 4,100 secondary schools, 18,000 clinics. Okay, all of these, everyone that works at any of those is now unemployed. Bishops, priests, deacons, clinics. If you're really Christian, you'll be on board for this. Yeah, and now the overwhelming majority are like, thank fucking Christ, I'm throwing that fucking collar away. Yeah. We knew it. We knew it was a big scam. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, son. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Look, we're not banning the Bible. We don't. What we're going to do is re-release the Bible Mark II. We're going to go back because what's happened, and I've said this a bunch of times. I've got the Bible right here. Yeah. About half of this Bible is valid. The Old Testament's cool. Half of the New Testament's cool. And then there's a whole bunch of extra dog shit in there that's just been added by Catholic Nazis. Just to effectively says, work for free and give us all your money. And if you don't do it, we'll kill you. Yeah, worldwide, Catholics have been responsible for some horrendous atrocities. Yeah. So we're going to re-release the Bible. It's going to be Bible Mark II. We're going to go through it as all the Turbo Babes and Mr. Tapscott are going to go through the fucking Bible. We're going to go, that's out. Like, and re-edited it. Take out all the shit that the Nazis chucked in there. Fucking fuck. There you go. You can still read the Bible. Go for it. Pray to Jesus Christ. Get together on Sunday. If you still want to meet up on Sunday, go for it. Whatever. Hang out. Say prayers together. Hold hands. Close your eyes. Dear Lord. All of that shit. That's fine. You want to sing hymns? You want to speak Latin? We're not outlawing Latin. You want to speak in Latin? Fine. Go for it. Go for it. But please do not give anyone from the Catholic Church or any church any money ever again. Because it's a scam. The whole thing is a fucking scam. Yeah, now King Charles is the head of the Church of England, and he basically came to us with this plan. He's like, we should shut it fucking down. We should shut it down. Because he went through it. He went through like when he took over as head of the Church of England, he's like, well, okay, who's a Nazi and a pedo and who's not? And he just went like, okay, 80% of these fuckwits are cooked. Yeah, if they're not actively pedophiles, they may as well be. Like, yeah, they're connected to pedophiles. They're connected to Nazis. They're connected to murder. My recommendation, Mr. Tapscott, sir, is to just shut it the fuck down. Just shut it down. We don't need it. We just don't need it. We just don't need it. And now, what about the Jews? Aren't you going to shut down synagogues and stuff? Look, bear with us. There are a lot of sensitivities. It's the political sensitivities, right? Because the Middle East is still very volatile. We don't want a bunch of civilians murdering each other, basically. So we're sort of doing it in stages, just like we've done everything else. Yeah. So in the same way, we went like, look, we'll start with Obama, James McGrath, Arnie Meredith. Then we'll work our way up to ASIO, ASD, those fucksticks. We'll keep going until we get to Anthony Albanese. Get rid of them. Take that on Penny Wong, ASIS, ASD, all those dog shit intelligence agencies, NSA, CIA. We'll get rid of them. Joe Biden, get rid of them. Work our way up to 5 families. Get rid of the 5 families. Work our way up to the AFP. Get rid of the AFP. Work our way up to the church. So we'll start with the Catholic churches, the Catholics and the Christians. Those churches are no more. They are shut down. Bobby Schuller.
Take back the cover God has torn from me.
This guy, who we're fucking stitching up, basically.
I am at the river with baby.
This is what we mean. Bobby Schuller had about over $200 million in the bank. Bobby Schuller is a Gambino assassin with 78 murders under his belt. He's murdered 78 people. Yeah. It's cunts like this. No, please don't give Bobby Schuller money. Please don't give fucktards like Bobby Schuller any money. $200 million. He's just sitting on it. Yeah. Just sitting. He had private jets. He had fucking helicopters. He had the whole thing. He had a boat. He had a yacht. He made a TV show where he just stood on stage, like, read the Bible and goes like, oh, yeah, cool. I mean, like, Jesus, you know, are you stealing stuff? Because you probably shouldn't do that. Anyway, praise the Lord. Like, everyone close your eyes. Like, that was it. What? $200 million. No, you don't need that much money for that. How much was he making a week? He was on about $1 million a year. That's just for his TV show. But then he's like, Just like Krusty the Clown, he'd slap his name on anything. The Bobby Schuler's Bible Stories for Kids. Yeah, bang. Like, yeah, bestseller. Yeah, Gambino Enforcer. Dog shit. So cunts like that, yeah, they are gone. Hillsong in Australia, yeah, fuck you, you are gone. Shutting you down with immediate effect. Now, just to show you how serious we are, let's play Google Maps. All right, joy around the world. Mostly from Christians. Like, yeah, thank fucking Christ. Yes, we knew it was bullshit. We fucking knew it. Kitty Callahan is cool after all. Yes. Yes, Kitty Callahan is very cool. Yes, Kitty Callahan is a cool artist. He's not a baby. Not some skinny guy nailed to a fucking cross who cries herself to sleep if you swear. No. Drink wine and fuck. That's Kitty Callahan. That's it. Don't enslave the Jews or anyone. No pictures of a bird. No murder. You're watching No Pictures of a Bird, a podcast by Mr. Tapscott. No pedo shit. Fuck. What do we got here, Kitty Callahan? Oh. Okay. This is a public school. Don't worry, it's empty. Everyone's on holiday. But yeah, it's a Christian school that doubles as a death camp. So as a result of that, how many murders there? Or how many bodies disposed of there? About over 10,000. Over 10,000 people disappeared through that school. Yeah. So fuck you. Not in my name, cunt. Fuck you. Yeah.
Heat weapon is a type of explosive that utilizes oxygen from the surrounding air to generate a high-temperature explosion. The term thermobaric comes from the Greek words for heat, thermo, and pressure, baric. Thermobaric weapons work by dispersing a cloud of flammable material or aerosol into the air and then igniting it. The initial explosion creates a blast wave that compresses and heats the surrounding air, creating a high-temperature explosion with a longer duration and higher energy output compared to conventional explosives. These weapons are known for their ability to produce intense heat and pressure, resulting in devastating effects on structures and personnel within the blast radius. They are particularly effective in enclosed spaces or against targets in fortified positions, but their use is controversial due to the widespread
Fuck you, Hillsong. They're gone anyway. Yeah, we took them out. They're long gone. Hillsong Church, Scott Morrison's church, were connected to the deliberately lit 2019 Black Sabbath bushfires. They were part of that. They were part of it. Yeah, Scott Morrison was directly connected. And that's why we let Friendly Jordan shoot him in the head. Apparently he made him dig his own grave, and then he shot him. Yeah. Just like a gangster. Anyway. Okay, that went a lot better than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be, oh, fucking hell. But no, everyone is like, oh, fucking sweet. Yeah, thank God. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck the church. Yeah, everyone. Nuns, they're just like, yeah, I need this shit. Fuck, get this shit off. Get this shit off. Yeah, look, please, continue to pray. That's fine. But Kitty Callahan doesn't need her ass kissed. She doesn't. No, she doesn't. You don't have to build, like, fucking giant buildings. You don't have to do any of that shit. Just go to the park. Go for a walk in the park. If you want to do it in a group, cool. Go to the beach. Go to the art gallery. Yeah, now that the art galleries are free of Nazis. Safe to return to art galleries? Yeah. Okay. Safe to return to art galleries. Go to an art gallery. Look at some cool art. And think to yourself, thanks, Kitty Callahan. And that's it. If you want to pray, go for it. Talk to Kitty Callahan in your head. That's all praying. That's all praying is. That's all prayer is. You can do it to Tara Bennett. You can do it to Mr. Tapscott. I'm not that terrifying. I'm going to talk about football, man stuff, drums, heavy metal. Go for it. Yeah, whatever you want, man. Yeah, pick your favorite Turbo baby. Just start talking to them in your brain. They're all there. Sylvia Jeffries, yeah. She's pretty cool. I pray to Sylvia Jeffries. Million Grace Crawford. You pray to her. She's cool. That's Wonder Woman. Yeah, pray to Wonder Woman. Yeah, if you pray to Batman, you're praying to Mr. Tapscott. Pray to Edward Woodley. Pray to Russell Crowe from Gladiator. That's how you pray to him, Woodley, Edward Woodley. Help me be a fucking badass, Edward Woodley. And he'll go, and he'll be like, you want to be more of a badass, do you? I'll help you. Yeah, he will. He's like, someone's picking on you. I'll fucking show you how to deal with those cunts. Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. He will. He'll help you out. Nina Trefcon, same. Ladies, men, whatever. Nina. Dear Nina Trefcon. Dear Nina Trefcon, please help me stop this fuckwit from fucking around with me at school or the office. He's really, really pissing me off. Yeah, Nina will go, all right. See what I can do. Yeah. But just be prepared. Like, yeah, we're not going to do things for you, but we're going to give you advice. Yeah, if you pray to any of us and say, like, I don't want to be so fat, Kitty Callahan will say, like, okay, here, like, let's go to the internet and here are some gyms near you. Yeah, that's what she'll do. Yeah. Tara Bennett might sweep in and go, well, maybe, next time you go shopping, have you considered this? We did it today. Yeah, she's like, I know you're a bit sensitive about being a fat schlub. Mr. Tapscott, strategically fat. You've got the tactical gun. So instead of eating chocolate biscuits for lunch, maybe you consider a healthy bean sandwich instead. Thanks, Tara Bennett. Yeah, and that's how. And then, yeah, it's up to you if you want to follow the advice. It's up to you. But yeah, headline. No more of this church talk shit, all right? We know there are all the good people in the churches are like, yeah, fucking great, thank you. Yeah. All the bad people in the churches, yeah, there's only a handful left. The really bad people, we took care of those. Yeah, they're gone. All the pedos, they're gone. Yeah, they were targets. They've been targets for years. Yeah. We just took it. We're just like, no. You're like, bang. Like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. So all the land and all the land that they own will go back into public hands. There'll probably be some reparations, especially in South America, because the Catholic Church did horrifying things there. Mexico and South America, there'll probably be reparations paid to victims. Australia, like, yeah, Kooris, get ready. You're going to get paid. You're going to get paid. We'll get your settlements. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, African Americans, yeah, we will get you some reparations for slavery as well. Yeah. We will. We promise. Yeah. It'll just come straight out of war spoils because we're taking out we're taking out Silicon Valley, we're taking out Hollywood, we're taking out like Skull and Bones wasps like Joe Biden. We're taking out the big TV networks. We're taking out like the music industry. So all of that, big oil, big pharma, they've all got fucking bank account, like literal vaults full of gold. There'll be plenty to go around. When it's all over, there'll be fucking plenty for everyone. So don't worry about it. Yeah, you'll be alright. Yeah. There you go. Thank you, Mrs. Tapscott. So you're welcome. You had to get behind it. Yeah, I say the same thing every time. Like, I'm just some guy who like made YouTube videos. You had to get behind it. If you didn't get behind it, I'd just be another crackpot on the internet. That's it. That's it. So thank you to everyone. I couldn't do it without you. I mean, I also hold you a nice thing. Entire better. From Kitty Callahan. Yeah, we'll finish on this thought. The final straw for the AFP. So the AFP, like, we were hoping that maybe like half of them would survive. That they do what just happened when we declared the Catholic Church shut down, which is like 90% of Catholics went, yeah, sick, thank you. But fucking the AFP, yeah, they were like, I'd say like one thing's like, oh, we're giving land back to the Koreans, like there goes 10%. Yeah, I've done the thing. Yeah, we're doing this. We're starting an agency. We're starting an agency that's run by Koreans, an intelligence agency. It's going to be Korean Mossad. There goes 20%. Like, what? 20% gone. But the final straw, this is where we lost most of them, was when I said AFP will not be focusing on intelligence gathering. The Australian Federal Police will be focusing on law enforcement. And they're like, fuck that. Like, what do police do aside from law enforcement? Because everyone was just promoting themselves. Every organization was promoting themselves to an intelligence agency empowered to kill. Like, well, just like CIA. Just like CIA, that's what Chelsea is. That's what AFP would do. Like, we don't do, that's uniforms. That's uniform cop stuff. And that's what uniform police were saying. So, no, we don't arrest people. We're intelligence. We're intelligence agents. We're secret agents. No. You're law enforcement. Yeah, and then I said that it's like you have to. You are law enforcement, and then you're part of the military, and you work in law enforcement. And now, the military is ordering you to enforce the law. You have to do it. If you don't do it, you go to jail for like 20 years. I'm like, oh, fuck that. Yeah. Yeah. No one wanted to, like, law enforcement, whatever. Why isn't anyone kicking, like, illegal tobacco shops are just openly operating everywhere. Why isn't anyone enforcing it? Nah, that's not our thing. Nah, we're intelligence. Yeah, we just set up the wiretaps. Yeah, we'll observe and report. We just cultivate the connections. We know we map the cocaine traffickers. So you can arrest them? No, we need to maintain the human sources of intelligence. Right. So they're a paid informant. Yeah. We've got a network of paid informants. Okay, and then what do you do with the intelligence so they inform, and then you use the intelligence to arrest people? So, wow. We need to know what's going on inside the cartel, so that's why we have our network of paid informants. And the bikie gangs. They're a network of paid informants. So, the Mongols have murdered like 30,000 people this year. No, but they're paid informants. Can you please enforce the law? No, fuck you. All right, flush. Goodbye. Yeah, fuck off. Yeah. So right now, uniform police, and it won't be this way forever. Right now in Australia, uniform police. In the United States, uniform police are FBI or ICE. They're both trusted with a capital T. All right. In Australia, uniform police. Yeah, in the UK, uniform police are MI5, trusted with a capital T. Very thoroughly vetted. In Australia, uniform police are Winager agents. Now, we don't like it that way. We don't want it to be this way. Because we want Winager to focus on intelligence. That's what they do. They're going to be the intelligence agency. Gathering intelligence and then acting on it. Or at least making recommendations to the military, and then the military will decide what to do. Yeah. So right now, Winager is serving in the capacity of military intelligence, they're uniform police. It's military intelligence and military police. But once we're kind of like through this war period, Winager agency will be exclusively intelligence, They won't be law enforcement. And then police will be police. They'll be law enforcement, and that's it. None of this intelligence dog shit. None of that shit. No. And effectively, yeah, we'll set up like a new. It'll be a federal police force. Yeah, it'll be like all cops will be federal cops, because the concept of state police is kind of it's obsolete now because of the internet. So because like it's just one network, it'll be just one police network instead of having separate police forces, or like a separate police chief in Victoria, a separate police chief in Sydney. They'll all eventually report to the head of state, which at the moment is King Charles. And then and that will be exclusively law enforcement. That's it. No intelligence. Winnijur will handle intelligence. Winnijur will suss out the intelligence and give the information to the police. The police will enforce the law. Winnijur agents have discovered a fentanyl trafficking ring. Heads up, police. Like, okay, we're on our way. And then the police turn up, like, are you trafficking fentanyl? You're under arrest. That's it. Click. Yeah, that's it. So that's how, ideally, that's how it's going to work. Obviously, there's going to be like bits and pieces that we need to, a few details we need to fill in. But that's how it's going to work. Police enforce the law. They are law enforcement. That's it. Intelligence agencies deal with intelligence. They're not law enforcement. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, look, I mean, yeah, now why can't we enforce the law? Says a couple of Winnijur agents. Like, well, look, if that's what you want, just quit Winnijur and start being a cop. That's it. Done. Done. That's it. Yeah. But then, like, in the same way you are now, like, yeah, you call the cops, and then the cops do the actual, yeah. Winnijur calls the cops, just like anyone else. Yeah. But we just don't want it to get to the point where it's like, and because what we had in Australia, we had like ASIS, ASIO, ASD, fucking those three dog shit agencies, the AFP, and then local police forces, like all the state, and all of them had empowered themselves. Their intelligence agencies had empowered themselves to murder. All of them. Yeah, and it really shouldn't be that way. There needs to be oversight. Yeah, there needs to be oversight. For an intelligence agency to assassinate someone, that should be a really big deal. That should be like a once. Like, that's like, fuck. That has to go all the way to the top. The president's like, yeah. Yeah, it can't be that case. Like, yeah. I heard a rumor that he was like a pedo, so we popped him. No. Yeah. So if you're in Winnijur, like right now you're in uniform. So yeah, you can be law enforcement, sure. But ideally, so if you're in Winnijur and you don't necessarily want to work exclusively in intelligence and you'd rather be on the front line in uniform, driving a police car with a weapon, when the time is right, just be a cop. Done. You'll get paid the same, but you have a gun. Yeah. That's it. Everyone happy with that? Yep. Okay. Everyone's happy with that. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it won't, like, yeah, obviously. Yeah, I'm definitely not saying that only Indigenous people can be in Winnijur and only white people can be police. No. The police can be fucking anyone. Yeah. Police can be anyone. Winnijur can employ anyone, but ideally at the top it's like Koreas. Yeah. And then we'll see where we go from there. But we just don't want another situation where we've got like all these separate fucking intelligence agencies like running riot. Yeah. Because it's dog shit. Yeah, it just ends up nothing. It's just a big messy clusterfuck. Yeah. And then it turns into like what it was in Australia. There was no distinction between ASIS and criminals. ASD. There was no distinction at all between I'm an undercover criminal, like I'm an undercover Australian Signals Directorate agent. Like, there was no distinction between the criminal and the agent. They were just all criminals. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, please, like we want, Koreas, don't be afraid to join the police force, please. We want Korea. We definitely want Korea cops. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So okay, that was what it was. Are you saying like Koreas can't be cops? Like, no, definitely not. No, more Koreas in the police, please. as many careers as possible in the police. Yeah, as many as possible. We just don't want you to get kind of bogged down, because then it's like law enforcement. It's like it's the nitty gritty stuff. Like, because it's time consuming. You do have to someone had a fight. Like, there's a punch on at the pub, and then you have to go down there. It's like, all right, what's going on here then? You know, so there's like just dog shit. There's day-to-day there's the day-to-day grunt work, the day-to-day work of law enforcement. You know, it's like, domestic disturbance. Okay, what's going on here? I told him to stop smoking bongs, and then he did it, and then all right, come on, make a statement. Like that's yeah. That can be grinding, and we don't want Wininger to get bogged down in that dog shit. We want Wininger to be like high-level intelligence. Yeah. Yeah. And then law enforcement, if you want to be a cop, but if you want to do that work, and that's what you're into, you want to drive the fast police car, you want to be on the highway patrol, busting speeding drivers and things like that. Cool. Do that. join the police. Yeah, but please, we want leadership. We want career leadership in the police force. Definitely, we absolutely do. Yeah. Has that landed? Do you think, Kitty Callahan? Yes, but maybe we could do an episode where we sort of explain the differences. Yeah, we will. Yeah, maybe there's got to be a good analogy. Yeah, okay, look. It's the same as, like, in the Air Force. Think about it this way. In the Air Force, you've got the dudes in the control tower looking at the radar screen, and then you've got the fighter pilots who are actually out there. So what we want Wininger to be the dudes in the control tower looking at the radar screen going, heads up, 12 o'clock. That guy. That's Wininger. And then the fighter pilots, the dudes actually doing the flying. That is police. Now we want couriers in all of them. We want couriers fly the jets, and we want couriers in the control tower. But we don't think it's a good idea for everyone. Like, we don't think the fighter pilot should necessarily... You don't have to be a control tower dude to be a fighter pilot. And vice versa. You don't have to be a fighter pilot to work in the control tower. We want the control tower dudes to focus on doing control tower stuff. Air traffic controllers, we want them to focus on the control tower. And then we want the pilots to focus on flying the plane. That's what we want. So right now, we've got Wininger. They're both. They're in the control tower. They're like looking at the screen, and they're also flying planes. And we're like, okay, that's not ideal. We want you to pick. Do you want to work in the control tower, or do you want to work flying the plane? That's what we're saying. Does that make sense? Yeah. And we want couriers. We want couriers in the plane. We want couriers in the control tower. But we don't want the air traffic controllers to have to go I've been on the radar screen, and it's like, you got to go fly a plane now. It's like, fuck. But I'm on the control. I'm watching this. Like, I'm watching the radar. Nah, you got to go out and fly the plane. This plane has to take off, and you got to go do it. Yeah, but does that make sense? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Yeah. But yeah, look, if you're in the control tower and you like there's a big bogey spotted, hello pilot, then you pick up the phone, make the call, and then okay, I'll go check it out. Yeah, there's a bad guy. Yeah. That's what they're saying. Yeah. But if you're in the control tower, you're looking at the radar screen, it's like, bogey spotted. Yeah, it's not ideal. Yeah. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, okay, that's landed. Right. Yeah, okay. We'll explain further, but yeah. Basically the Australian Federal Police didn't want to do either. They're like, nah. It's like, well, who's in the control tower? It's like, that's not our job. Okay, well, are you flying the planes then? It's like, nah. We just sit at the airport bar and drink. That's it. We just sit at the airport bar and drink for free. Like, so who's flying the plane? Like, not us. So But then who's in the control tower? Are you in the control tower? I was like, no. They all were. All the intelligence, they were all doing the same stuff. No, we just sit here and drink. That's it. We drink for free. And then who's flying the plane? That's not our problem. And who's in the control tower? That's not our problem either. Fuck off. Oh, fuck. Like, all these planes are crashing. You realize, I was like, yeah, but it's not, don't. We're white. It's not our problem. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah. We're taking away your airport. Yeah, fuck, get out of the airport. This airport now belongs. Yeah, we're giving the airport back to the old airport owners. We give it back to them because you fucked it up so badly. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, yeah, the airport thing. Yeah. So yeah, look. That's it. Australia's the airport. Queries, think about where you want to work in the airport. But just bear in mind that if you work in the control tower, you won't necessarily be a pilot at the same time. And if you want to be a pilot, you won't necessarily work in the control tower. You can change jobs, but you can't be flying the plane and in the and doing control tower shit at the same time. There's no reason a pilot, if you're a pilot and you want to be in the control tower, you can do that, change jobs, fine. If you're working in the control tower, you'd rather be a pilot, fine, change jobs. But you can't be a pilot and a control tower guy at the same time. Yeah, maybe you want to work in security at the airport. That's cool. Maybe you want to work in the restaurant. Maybe you want to be a bartender in the airport. That's cool too. Whatever you want. It's your airport. We're giving you the airport. It's your airport. Take the airport. That's it. Does that land? Yeah. Yeah, cool. All right, great. Okay, great. Yeah. Whatever you want. You want to work in the clinic at the airport. You want to be the ambulance staff at the airport. You want to work in the hotel at the airport. Cool. Whatever you want. You want to be a pilot? Go for it. We want you to. We need people to fly planes. We need people to work in the control tower. That's Winnidger Agency is the air traffic. That's the air traffic control tower. We want Winnidger to be the air traffic control tower. We want the police to be the pilots. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah. Great. Okay. Yeah. But you can work anywhere the fuck you want. Wherever you want to work in the airport, go for it. We strongly encouraging whoever you are, anyone, whoever's left at the anyone, the good people, the cool people who made it. Work wherever the fuck you want. If you want to work in the control tower, go for it. Go try your hardest. Yeah, try your hardest to get in there. Yeah, if you want to get a job in there, if you're lucky enough to get a job in the control tower, great. If you want to be a pilot, if you're lucky enough to get a job as a pilot, great. Go for it, please. Go your hardest. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I think that landed. Pun intended. Did that land, Kitty? Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Tapscott. Right. Phew. Yeah, all right. Thank you. Let's wrap it up there because I'm quite hungry. You've been watching No Pictures of Murder podcast by Mr. Tapscott. I'm Mr. Tapscott.
There is no love.